What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to give you a brief walk around of this 2019 Toyota Sequoia. This is the platinum trim level, so this is the top of the line. It's pretty much $69,000 is what we're sitting in right now, $69,000 and change. But these vehicles are available in the SR5 trim starting around $48,000. But today what I want to do, brief walk around, and then we're going to bring the camera back into this interior and we're going to talk about some of the things that could use a little updating. So let's take a quick walk around the truck. It's very windy out, so bear with me. Quick walk around the Sequoia and I will show you what the outside looks like, and then we will come in and talk about the interior, because that is mostly where some of the updates are needed in my opinion. Okay, starting up front, we got the 5.7 liter V8, same as the Tundra, 381 horsepower, 401 foot-pounds of torque. This is what the refresh brought. Brought a little bit of a different grille, and you got your LED headlights here, which I think look great. This is definitely a great update. They did the LEDs. I like the shape of them and everything. LED fog lights down. You got a little bit of chrome. This is the platinum, so you can expect a lot of chrome. And in this video, you can expect a lot of wind, and I apologize. There's some more chrome door handles. It's not obnoxious amounts of chrome, but there is a good amount of chrome on it. 20-inch wheels, roadworthy tires. This is a 4x4, of course. You got your big old roof rack up there. Don't forget, guys, this is very long. I know this video probably won't do it justice. It's very long. Coming around to the back of the Sequoia, this whole window goes down, which is very sweet. You got your spoiler up top. Sequoia rear end always looks the same to me, no matter what the model. If you go back and look at like the 04, the 05s, kind of has that same look to it all the way around. Obviously, you could tow with this big boy here. You get your platinum badge on the side, of course. It has third row seating, which we will go inside real quick right now. This has that 1794 look to it. Same kind of feel, a little bit of a different look, but 1794. Everything is black that's not tan, which we will talk about in a moment, except for obviously the headliner is gray, as in all Toyotas. That's what I like about the FRS. It's actually black. So if you look back here, that's where the third row is. Big old trunk if you don't need that third row. Before we get to the trunk, I'm sitting in the back seat right now. It has a bunch of different options right here for basically climate control in the back seat, which is really cool. You get your volume knobs. It looks like Toyota includes some headphones here, because I just noticed this is a Blu-ray player. I'm guessing DVD as well, so that's pretty cool, huh? So your backseat passengers could have a little entertainment. Like I said, this is the platinum. It's fully loaded. And over here we got vents. It looks like an airplane in here, but definitely very cool. Down here you have, it looks like heated seats. So that is very cool. Look at the cup holders. Wow. You get your own little center console back here. This is well done. It says Sequoia on top, so that's pretty cool. So your little center console in the back is good for any of your stuff that you're traveling with. You can put your iPhone in here, wallet, whatever you got to travel comfortably. Okay, so even with the third row up, you still get a good amount of space in the back. I think it's really cool that the seats are not only automatically folding, but you could do left and right. So if you still needed just a little bit of a third row, you could put this side down with the push of the button and keep that seat up. I think that's really cool. All right, we are now sitting in the front seat of the Sequoia. For some of you 07 to 13 Tundra owners, this will look very familiar. Same knobs, same layout. And look what's back. Look what's still around. 2 glove boxes, so very cool. You got your touchscreen navigation as usual. You got your 4-wheel drive selector, tow haul mode, center differential lock. Come on. Where's that in the Tundra? We need that. This is the suspension that goes up and down. That's your manual, or excuse me, that's your automatic button right there, and there's also a manual. You also can select the mode you want your truck in, sport, comfort, and you have your gear shifter. This is the same as the 07 to 13 Tundra down here. Actually, I prefer this over the current 14 and up ones, and I'll explain that in a minute. Here you go with your gauge cluster up here. Center information screen, that has been updated as well. I just can't find my keys in my pocket right now, so I can show you what it looks like. Obviously, real quick, we still have the key, but they changed to 1 key, just like the Tundra did in 2018. So now we are doing the old starteroo. I didn't start it up, obviously, but just to show you what the center screen looks like. Basically, it looks like all the 18 and up Tundras and Tacomas and everything like that. They put all of their small gauges in the middle there with their screen. A little bit different, but the same idea. So that was a very brief walk around of this truck, interior, exterior. Hey, we have a sunroof too, I forgot to mention that. But now we will talk about some of the things that I feel could use a little updating to bring this truck up to speed with its competitors in its market. I am a little surprised. The automatic tailgate is awesome. The window goes all the way down. And the third row is powered. Now, in the Land Cruiser that was much more expensive, the window in the back did not go all the way down, and the third row, it did have one, but it was manual, so that's pretty cool. A high five to the Sequoia on that one. But now let's go over a few things on the interior that could use some updating, and then obviously in the comments below, tell me if you feel that I missed anything that could use some updating. Okay, before we get started, I gotta give some props to Toyota. I love the fact that they made all of this black, all right? There's no gray down here at all. It's just all black. I love that because this actually makes the tan look better. Everything in here is blacked out. Everything. With the tan, love that. If you look on some of the Tundras with the 1794, there's a bunch of gray mixed in here, and it's just a lot of colors clashing. Of course, like I said, the headliner is gray, but down here and all around the truck, everything down low is either black or tan. I think it looks really good together. And oh, and by the way, before I forget to tell you, Tundra owners, look at that. Grab handle, baby. It's still here on both sides. We're going to start right here with the gauge cluster. I give Toyota credit because they definitely did an upgrade for a lot of years. This was the 07 to 13 Tundra gauge cluster, where basically everything as far as the information screen, tachometer, speedometer, all of that was down little tunnels, okay? And if you owned an 07 to 13 Tundra, you know what I mean. I never really cared for that look. I think this looks a lot better. It's more modern looking, so they definitely improved there, but you guys got to tell me what you think. The center screen in these trucks, I like a lot more 18 and up, so they definitely didn't do too bad there. One thing that drastically needs to be updated, and we have to talk about right now, is this screen, okay? I'm going to put it on, not the truck, but just the options, just to show you. It's a very small screen. Very small screen. This is a $70,000 vehicle. When we were in the Land Cruiser, the screen was huge. It was a huge screen. It was like a 9-inch screen. It actually took up the whole thing. I'm kind of shocked that they put this little screen in it. It's the same thing with the 4Runner. The 4Runner, no matter what trim you're in, has that little screen, and this needs to be updated immediately right here. I think if this was a bigger screen, it would help the dash completely, because you get in this and it is a lot of luxury, to be honest with you, but then you see that screen, and that screen kind of annoys me that it's so small. But everything else, it's not bad as far as updating. They just need to basically make the Sequoia its own vehicle, and not so much like the old Tundra. Like I said, this whole setup right here is the same as the old Tundra. This is from the old Tundra. This is from the new and old Tundra. It's just too much of the old Tundra in here, in my opinion. That could use a slight update, make this vehicle its own, but overall, not bad. So another crazy thing in this vehicle, it has the JBL Synthesis sound system, which is pretty top of the line, also available in the Land Cruiser. So that's just another reason why I think they need to update their navigation screen here to something a lot bigger. But overall, there are some touches here and there, like I said, that could use some updating, but there are some great things about this vehicle. If you asked me this question last week, I would have told you the whole vehicle needs updating, but now being in it, and this is, like I said, the first time I was ever in a Sequoia was yesterday when it was dropped off to me. The little bit of upgrades they've done to it are good. Of course, we still need some more, but it's in the right direction. It's the same thing I said in 2018 with the Tundra, is the small upgrades that they did do are good. The different gauge cluster, the LED headlights, it's good. It's in the right direction. I like what this vehicle is. I hope if you're in the market for a large family SUV, you will give this a chance. Seats are very comfortable. I gotta be honest with you, heated and cooled up front, heated in the back. You got all sorts of options back here. You get your own center console back there. You got the Blu-ray. Again, that's on the higher trim one. But overall, I really like this. I gotta be honest, I'm shocked. Like I said, we could learn from the Tundra and we could learn from the Sequoia to each other. Center locking differential. Why can't we get that on the Tundra? That's all I ask. I mean, it's not like Toyota's just not doing differential locks when it's on here. You know, this is pretty much the Tundra SUV, if you will. So I would like to see that added to the Tundra going forward. That's all anybody wants. Everybody always talks about the differential lock option on the Tundra. We would love to see it, but it is here. The technology is here. So Toyota, if you're listening, and I hope you are, just know I love you. And we could really use that in the Tundra. That would make a lot of people happy and definitely would make a few more sales, because I've heard that along the way in this 2.5 years I've been doing this channel. That is one of the biggest complaints for the Tundra. People want that locking diff, so help them out. But other than that, it is what it is in here. I love it a lot. I got to be honest with you. I didn't expect to like the truck this much, but I do. And I really, the strongest, biggest win for me is the fact that it's all black with the tan. There's not a lot of gray. Of course, again, the headliner is gray. I get it. But down here, everything looks like it flows nicely now. But tell me what you think. This is really all about you guys. I want to hear what you feel needs updating in this vehicle. Have you ever been in one? Let me know. Obviously, I forgot to say this, power folding mirrors. It better be power folding at this price point. It better be power folding mirrors at most price points these days, but overall, everything in here is fine. It's definitely a vehicle that is purpose-built to get that family wherever it needs to go, but they put a lot of small little features that will help out along the way. I gotta say, one of the biggest wins is that power folding third row. I dig that, and I like that it's not just one power folding row. You can actually put down the left or the right. That is really cool. But overall, the two biggest, in closing, the two biggest updates for me, we need to work on this navigation screen. This needs to be bigger, and we need to separate the Sequoia from the Tundra 100%. Let's have the Sequoia be something very unique and the Tundra be something very unique. Because when I sat in this and started to see all the old cues from the 07 to 13 Tundra, it kind of just feels like, hey, leftover parts, let's make this vehicle. And the Sequoia deserves better than that for sure. So we shall see, but I want to hear what you guys say in the comments below. Twitter and Instagram, it's TundraDude34, TundraDude34 @gmail.com. Have a great day.